That noise, that sound. So yeah, we're gonna go straight into technically part 3, but it's the third quarter, and the first one is Daididau, which I remember that name. but I don't remember how the song goes. So I am keen to hear how that does go. So yes, that's wasting no time. I thought this would have dumpers in it. Look at that rollout of what looks like a map as well, that's quite cool. I do remember this. Is this the one with the video where the piano ends up on flames? Oh, I love this. saw it ricocheting. Wow. I'm sure it's that video with the burning piano. Like, I think so. I could be wrong, but I remember at the time thinking it sounded like really powerful and again culturally quite important, and I like how they kind of took a lot of how those background images looked in terms of how like the artsy kind of stylized option, I guess. I like how it was stylized in the back, and then brought that to kind of them live. I thought that was quite cool and quite interesting. But I think for me in that one, it was just the ambiance of the music against his vocals were just the sheer power, the sheer like diversity, like, and again we're seeing that throughout the concert anyway. But it's just so many piercing moments in that for me. Yeah, wow, great one to open with, and I think, as I said, if it's the one that I remember from the music video, I thought that was quite powerful as well. So, wow, Dimash, man, like, he's making this content very, very enjoyable. But then I'm not surprised. And then, like I said before, every concert I've watched of his has been awesome. Like, to the point where even though I'm sat in my chair in room 2703, I feel like I could actually be there. Do you know what I mean? And that's, I think, a real skill, because if you've got to think about it when it comes to comes to vocals, right? There are some people who are just not that consistent. No matter how much you might enjoy them or like them, they're just not that consistent in terms of what they produce of quality across the board. So when I come across people like that, you just got to kind of sit up and take notice, because these are not your run of the mill kind of vocals that he's doing, and because we're so, I say we, part of the Dear family now, because we're so attuned to what Dimash brings to the table, it's really easy to kind of forget that and almost kind of like downplay like the amazing range and the amazing like breath control, strength of voice, octave range, like all it can be quite easy to kind of like overlook that because you're so used to seeing him. But there are certain moments and certain songs where you just reminded yet again that like, wow, we're really dealing with like a force of nature here. And what's really funny, sorry I'm rambling now, but what's really funny, when I first started reacting to him, there were so many like, I guess, like notes and titles about the best singer in the world and stuff. And I always think it's really subjective, really, because it depends on what it is that you like. But I guess if you're going to objectively look at certain factors, whatever those factors may be, I can now understand why some people would say for them that Dimash is the best singer in the world, because, like, again, if you're looking at certain markers and what it is that you're looking for a singer, there are so many things technically that he's doing which your average singer ain't doing. Do you know what I mean? So I get it. Obviously, I do appreciate though that isn't going to be the same for everybody, because again, it is ultimately a subjective choice. But it's just really interesting to see him do all the things he does, and still be sat here being like, wow. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, on to the next one. The next one is Durdaraz, I think it is. Durdaraz. Then we've got Samaltau, and then we've got Qairan Elim. I do remember Qairan Elim. I remember Samaltau as well. I'm not quite sure about Durdaraz, so let's see what this one is saying. Okay, let's do this. Okay.
vay. Hürriyey, hürriyey, bez kalan hürriyey. Durdaraz, durdaraz, hürriyey tatu verdaraz. Kendirmenin şaldaraz, kendisidir bazdaraz. Üzerine gelmesin dep sol kız benen bezdaraz, bezdaraz. Artık olaq sağan olğan aydayım. Örgüm çok sulu kız süremdeyim vay. Harmanın harakatlıca şazırmandayım. Olsan şaz sigin cadden olsundayım vay. Hürriyey, hürriyey, bez kalan hürriyey. Durdaraz, durdaraz, hürriyey tatu verdaraz. Kendirmenin şaldaraz, temizinde bazdaraz. Üzerine gelmesin dep sol kız benen bezdaraz, bezdaraz. Hürriyey, hürriyey, bez kalan hürriyey. Durdaraz, durdaraz, hürriyey tatu verdaraz. Kendirmenin şaldaraz, kendisinde bazdaraz. Üzerine gelmesin dep sol kız benen bezdaraz, bezdaraz. Üzerine gelmesin dep sol kız benen bezdaraz, bezdaraz.
Okay. So this one sounded a lot more. Ooh, I'm playing this one. That one sounded a lot more like, again, cultural. Obviously, lots of drum brass playing there. It's quite heavy. I think the song, just by looking at the lyrics and stuff, I don't know if I quite understood what's happening. So, are they making like a traditional drink, like, or like they're chilling together and making something together, and they're arguing at the point of making this? And is it kind of denoting, I don't know, like a typical kind of like family beef or something? Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like adding to. I can't remember exactly what it said now, but adding like cloves and peas and adding things in to make this drink, this meal, this thing, but they're fighting, they're quarrelling over it. I'm just not quite sure I understand that. So if anyone out there can kind of explain that to me, that'd be great. I'm not quite sure I understand. But I think the vibe of the song, again, had those elements of sounding quite strong, had those really strong like beats and kind of breaks in the beginning. Like it has that kind of, as I say, that very very stark contrast to songs like, which I think like Samaltau, which is about to come on. I'd probably say out of all the songs I've heard thus far, it's probably my least favourite, I'd say. But again, it'd be interesting to know a little bit more about what it means, because what it means and what it's about might encourage a bit more. But I mean, it sounds cool enough. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing, as I like offensive about it. But out of all the other ones that I've heard today so far, probably my least favourite, I'd say. Okay, so now I'm gonna look at Dimash's Samaltau. Now, I do remember this, but I can't remember how it goes. So let's see if I recognise it within the first couple of seconds. Just got the captions on. Kazakh folk song. That noise, that sound. That's incredible.
Samaltau, Qairan Elim, şalgar gönlüm. Ne bolar saldat bolla baynam, görgen günüm vay.
I remember this song.
Gezemme kayda kayda tüsü birdi. Erruap kündük gezgen ayna Qairan elim vay. Attim esbin şayavun şayavdan da bayavun. On biz gündü jürgende on bu şakay dayavun. Şahsım var, kasbeş elle şılvım siyah. Tahtırdan aydavam men ayna, gittim kıyıray. Samaltau, Qairan elim, arka kaldım. Adaskan neresen ne ayna, düz biliyorum. Belki şişim karidor, şansım kelgin karidor. Bosnavratlı saldarhan, onal tarağıy saridor. Samaltau, Qairan elim, şalgar gönlüm. Ne bolar saldat bolla baynam, görgen günüm vay.
That. In terms of like visuals and stuff, yeah, that's also up there for me as one of my favourite ones of this so far. Next one is Qairan Elim. Because that bit, with that whirlwind bit, for a second, like they did that so well. And you know, think I'm pretty good when it comes to like spotting CGI and that kind of stuff. For a second, unless someone's going to tell me they actually did this, but I presume they didn't. But for a second, I was like, how have they got this wind? Like, because it looks like it came up from the floor. So I'm like, they've got some kind of like wind around him. It took me a few seconds to be like, I've obviously not lit, because that is like a tornado in the studio. Right? You know what I mean? But at the time, and when it hit with that, like, all the time, that just, well, with the booming of the that was amazing. And I think the first time I watched that, I really enjoyed it. But I think well, I can't say I enjoyed it more, because I did really enjoy the first time I watched it too. But just being able to kind of be like within the mountains but what I guess what was really strong about the first time I saw it is that even without having the visuals of that, that's kind of where I was transported to anyway. So I guess, is one stronger without the other? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're able to kind of transport me there without me having seen it and just listening to what you're doing, could that be argued that potentially that is a stronger one? I don't know. But I just know that I really, really enjoyed that. Vocals, the picturesqueness of it all, the Dumbret, the playing, or the intro, all of it, everything about that was great. Really, really enjoyed it. Wow. Samaltau. Oh, that was juicy. Okay, cool. So the next one, which is the last one of the four on this part, which I guess is part 3, is Qairan Elim. Now, I do recognise the name, so I think I have reacted to this one as well. But I'll know as soon as I press play. So let's hear what I'm saying. My long-suffering land.
Жанарымда жас бар ма? Тамшы тамса жазған ба? Елімді сүйіп көтердім биік, алақанымды аспанға. Сынақ түспей еліңе, бұл өмірдің мініне. Сындар шындайды, шындар сынбайды, уақыт тең болар бәріне. Qairan benim tuğan şerim, aman bol elim, ғасырлардай мәңгі соқсын сенің жүрегің, жалғыз сол ғана тілегім. Ұмытылсын қайғым жарқырасын ай күнім шаттансын әрі қуансын сәби тілеймін әлем саулығы Qairan benim tuğan yerim aman bol elim ғасырлардай мәңгі соқсын сенің жүрегің жалғыз сол ғана тілегім Qairan benim tuğan yerim aman bol elim ғасырлардай мәңгі соқсын сенің жүрегің жалғыз сол ғана тілегім
Wow, like they know what they're doing visually, man. They really do know what they're doing visually, because that sounded amazing, looked amazing, like, and actually I got it wrong. I thought, whichever was it Samaltau, or one of the ones I was watching was the one where the piano burnt on, like, set on fire and stuff, but it was actually that one. And as soon as he was playing the Dumbra, which I thought was really cool, had like swapping him in and out, like from him being, I guess, part of the video to being live in the concert. When they're swapping him out, and I saw that kind of red trickle down the string, I'm like, oh no, it was this video that had that. And then saw Dimash on top of the piano on fire. I thought again how artsy that was in terms of taking, because I think that's also the video where you can see all like the landscapes and stuff, right, in the distance. So it's nice that they kind of brought that in that kind of black and white artsy kind of vibe. And then the kind of like hollowed out part of his face and was like seeing that behind him. Again, it's a really awesome like ode. Like, I mean, it's just a brilliantly, like, empathetically, like, warming message to his people, really. And I think it's really touching, like, just really, really touching that he kind of have orchestrated a song like that, that has got all of those emotions in it. And I think that's kind of what I was saying about that song I wasn't a fan of necessarily. Like, I feel as though that this was still quite cultural and relevant in terms of, well, not relevant because they're both relevant if he's made them, but in terms of like keeping me in the realm of his culture and his people and stuff, while still being a song that I could really and truly connect to. Whereas I think the other one I just couldn't, and maybe it's because of the lyrics as I was reading them, or the vibe, I'm not sure. But this one I felt really took me on the journey with it, and like I said, just had me in my feelings, which I think is like the key thing, right? I just love this guy, man. And I know that he isn't everybody's cup of tea. Like, you know, I've got some Patreon members, I've got some subscribers, I've got some people who, you know, they like him, but not necessarily his cup of tea. That he is their cup of tea. And like I said, I get it to a degree, because not everybody can. The same way that someone like Jasmine Sullivan isn't everyone's cup of tea, or that Beyonce, God forbid, isn't everyone's cup of tea. But I think I can only speak for me, really, and I'm just really glad that I've come across him, because every time I watch him, I'm just like, wow. Do you know what I mean? And it's nice to come across artists like that that can do more than just chat about like booty and cars and money and you know, I'm not gonna take this, and if you tell me that, I'm gonna do it. It's nice not to have to deal with any like of that stuff all the time, like well, any of the time really. It's not really my bag, but and at the same time, don't get me wrong, I still like to like go out and have like my hype tunes and whatever else, but it's just nice to hear someone that has got such a magnificent tool, and has got songs that can really flex that just make you feel as though that, I don't know, that each time you log on in, you've logged on to like a whole show. It's brilliant. Okay, well this is the end of part 3, so thank you so much for watching. If you have watched other parts with me so far as well, I really appreciate that. If you are enjoying this, then please do drop me a like and subscribe. That would be amazing. Thank you very much. And I also have a Patreon as well, so if you want to head over there and show any kind of love at all, that would be very much appreciated. Thank you very much. And you get access to 4 reactions, so you know, you could have been watching this in its entirety if you're already over there. But for now, thanks so much for watching this with me, and I hope to see you on the next one.